Hello and welcome to this course. My name is Hani Safadi and I'll be your instructor for this course. This is the first part of a two-part course focusing on introducing you to the concepts of data analytics using the Python programming language and some of its packages. So business analytics is revolutionizing business. Today businesses greatly improve when they leverage data. They compile information and make decisions based on data rather than gut intuition and experience. Furthermore, in the new business environment, new data is created every day. We have devices that create and store data, and data has been transformed and communicated through the internet. So organizations no longer benefit from data which is internally stored, but they have access to increasing amount of data from the outside. Thus, the skills of compiling, transforming, analyzing data have become important skills for many business professionals, including business analysts, data scientists, and also across other tasks across the board. Accordingly, the industry has responded to this shift, and today there is a wealth of tools that are available for business analysts to use. Those two short courses are going to introduce you to one of these tools, which is the Python programming language. Python actually is one of the most popular tools today. If you take a look at this survey, which compiles every year the popularity of programming languages and tools, you can see that Python has now become to the second place as of May 2021, and it has jumped from the third place since last year. And this is for a good reason. Python is a very robust language for many purposes, including mainly data science, machine learning, and AI workflows, but it's also a useful programming language for other development tasks, such as web programming and backend programming as well. Python programming language also benefits from a large package ecosystem, and most of these packages are open source, making Python the go-to choice for many data scientists and data analysts compared to many of the commercial available packages. In this course, we're going to learn the basics of the Python programming language. And this course does not assume you have any programming training before. So we're going to start from scratch and focus on the programming fundamentals, and then we're going to shift and focus more on storing and processing data with Python. In addition to these skills, we're going to talk about statistical analysis and data visualization. And we're going to conclude with a data exercise to put all of the knowledge and the skills across the topics into practice. If you go through the syllabus, and I encourage you to read it thoroughly, you're going to see many details spelled out. I'm going to walk you through the logistics quickly in this introduction session. First of all, this is an asynchronous online course. There are many recorded lectures available for you, as well as many exercises that you'll be doing on your own, and you're going to have access to the solutions or guides to solve them and work them on your own. In terms of grading, this course is going to be satisfactory or unsatisfactory outcome. The topics here are provided to you in this table in the course syllabus, and you can see that each session here is numbered. And those numbers also match the numbers section here on ELC. Each one of these sections contains the content for the session, as we will see shortly. As you can see here, we've got 15 sessions, and each session should take you about 75 minutes watching the live videos recorded in that session. In addition to that time, I expect that you'll put 2 more hours to work on the exercises on your own. So this course should be roughly equivalent to 1.5 credit course, the typical 1.5 credit hours course. In terms of what you need to do, each one of these sessions, there is a set of readings that you need to do to read on your own, and there are also video lectures for you to watch. So those readings here are linked to their sources, and all of the readings come from free resources over the internet. If you scroll down here, you'll see that the readings, mainly the book called Werewolf Tour of Python, and another book called the Python Data Science Handbook, those books are available, and you can go through the corresponding chapters by clicking on the links. In addition, there are a couple of web pages for the advanced topics that are linked to from the content here and also from the topic table in the course syllabus. The videos are also linked to in here, and they're also available within ELC. In terms of what you need to do, you need to have on your machine, you need to have the Anaconda Python 3.8 or higher. This particular environment is available for both Windows and Mac, and there are 2 videos to guide you through installing them. As of May 2021, the most recent version is Python 3.8, but you're free to get a more recent version if it's available for you. In terms of deliverables, each one of these topics has a quiz called the topic quiz, and this is a series of multiple choice questions to test your understanding. In addition, there's a code drill, which is basically a short coding exercise that you need to work on and submit. Now, all of these activities are organized on ELC, and I'm going to walk you through them right now. So let's take one of the sessions for example. Let's, for example, select the session on string. As you can see here, there is the reading here, which is the same reading linked to from the syllabus, but it's put here as a PDF document for your convenience. So if you want to save those documents to read them offline, they're available for you here. Once you do the reading, there is a topic quiz, and you can take the quiz, and once you're ready, you're also free to watch an introduction video, which is an introduction video lively walking you through the reading. Now, in addition to the introduction video, there are 2 exercises in increasing difficulty called the warm-up and the workout exercises. Now, learning a technical topic such as Python or a technical skill in general requires a lot of practice. You can think of learning Python as picking up any sport. It's a technical skill, and watching athletes play is not sufficient for you to pick up any sport. You have to practice and exercise on your own. And the same thing applies here. So watching me doing the coding or analysis is not going to be sufficient. Thus, I am expecting you to work on those exercises on your own, and there are a couple of them. So there is the warm-up exercise, which is the easier one, and there is the workout exercise, which is the more involved, more difficult exercise. For both exercises, there is a live walkthrough video recorded for you. And my advice for you is to try the exercise on your own, and then only if you feel stuck, you can take a look at the walkthrough video, or only once you're done, you can take a look at the walkthrough video. Once you're done with preparing, reading, introduction, warm-up, and workout, I suggest you can take the topic quiz. And then there is also a small coding exercise called the code drill. This exercise you're supposed to work on your own, and then once you're done, you need to submit your work to this assignment Dropbox on ELC. Those code drill exercises are not going to be evaluated by the instructor. You're going to declare a self-assessment here to declare that you have submitted the code drill and that you have checked against the drill guide and the solutions match. I'm going to selectively check some of these submissions, so please, if you haven't done the submission, do not do the self-assessment. Okay? Once you do the self-assessment, your grade will update accordingly. Alright, now let me talk a bit about the files that you need to have. And because those are coding files, they're called the source code files. Those files are available here in the first content section called discussion code and other content. So there are 2 sets of files. One of them is called the prep code for preparation code, and that's the code for the introduction, warm-up, and workout exercises. The other one is called the drill code, and that's the code for the drill, for the code drills. Now, those files are compressed in a zip file. So you need to go ahead and download the file and then unpack it on your machine. So what I suggest you do, I suggest you download both of these files. And once they're downloaded, you need to go, and if you are on Windows, you can right click and then expand. If you are on Mac, you can double click on it and it will all automatically auto expand. By default, they're gonna go into your downloads folder, but I encourage you to move them to a more meaningful location on your hard drive. For example, in my case, I moved these codes to my Dropbox. So I have them on my desktop and my laptop. And for example, this is the folder here for preparation code. And you can see here that we've got the code for the warm-up, workout, and also the introduction. So let's go ahead and look at the string as an example. Let's say you're studying for this session, session 6 on string. I encourage you to do the readings. And the reading here, as you see, this is going to be fixed, but once it will load the file related to the reading. Let's check another session, for example, here. So let's look at types. If you click on the file here, you're going to see the PDF file here loaded. And my suggestion is that have this file open and then have your coding environment, the Jupyter Notebook, open side by side. On those technical readings, I find it very useful to try things on your own. For example, you know, there is code here talking about type. So it's very useful for you to work on this code on your own. So have them open side by side so you can go ahead and, you know, copy and paste some of the code and play with it and see, you know, what comes out. For example, let's say I'm doing this here, I'm studying for this session, and I can create a new notebook. We are going to learn about that shortly, and then I can paste the code and play with it and see what comes out. This kind of interactive reading, I find it very useful when learning programming. This is not kind of like reading literature or essays. This requires kind of interacting with the content to be able to internalize it. Okay, now when you're watching the introduction, warm-up, and workout videos, the source code is here under preparation. So for example, for types, the source code is here. That's the source code for the introduction, so you've got access to it as well, so you feel free to pause my video and also do things on your own. If you want to do the warm-up and the workout exercises, there is the starting point, which is called blank. So that's the question with some empty placeholders for you to work. So my advice is for you to try your earnest to do it on your own, and only when you feel you're stuck, you can refer back to the warm-up video, the solutions which are available here to kind of help you through the solution. Okay, so again, I find it very useful to try as much as you can on your own before checking out the solutions. So let's go back here to ELC. Once you're done, you're now ready to take the drill, the quiz, and also the drill. In contrast to workout and warm-up, in the drill I'm not going to give you the solution, I'm going to give you the starting point. So if you go to where you unpacked your code, and I unpacked it here, for example, let's do the types drill, which is 5, right? I'm not going to give you the solutions. You're going to start with this empty notebook. Okay? Now, again, if you feel stuck, you can check the drill guide. And the drill guide is a PDF that contains sometimes the code, sometimes the partial code, right? So the idea is that you're going to check this and you're going to type it on your own, work it on your own. And again, my advice here is for you to try your best to do things on your own before just jumping on and unlocking the solutions. Now, once you're done with the code drill, and this is very important because this activity is graded, you need to go ahead and make a submission to that Dropbox on ELC. So for example, if you're done this code, which is code drill here, you need to upload this file to ELC. So you need to go to the submission Dropbox and you need to upload your work. In my case, it doesn't show upload because I am in an instructor view, but in your case, it's going to show a box with a place to upload and submit your code. So you need to click and upload the file from your, hard drive, wherever you put that file, and submit. Once you're done with this submission, you need to make the self-assessment. And this is a quiz with just one question. The question basically says that you kind of attest that you have submitted that code drill exercise. Once again, I'm not going to check all submissions. Since the guide is available for you, I trust you will be able to complete this exercise on your own. So please do not do the self-assessment quiz if you haven't done the submission. I'm going to selectively check on some of these submissions. If you have any issues or difficulties, feel free to contact me. Okay. Now finally, just let me talk a bit about the topic quiz. The topic quiz is a set of multiple choice questions, usually around 5 questions. And this quiz kind of tests your knowledge of the concepts that you've learned on that topic. Now, this particular quiz, I am expecting you to do it in a closed book mode, right? So I am expecting that after you do the readings and do the exercises, you will be able to answer these questions without running the code. And this is very important because the more concepts you internalize, the more efficient you become as a coder or as a programmer. So running those in the code and just clicking the answer kind of is self-defeating. I am expecting you to become capable of knowing, for example, the answer of this question by just reading it. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same thing over the topics, the 13 or so topics we have in this course, as you can see here, right? And those topics build on each other. So do your best on all of them. Don't skip a topic. Don't skip an exercise. At the end, the overall goal is to be kind of a well-rounded programmer and a knowledge of using Python for technical computing, for data analysis and data science tasks. On section 11, we have a data analysis exercise. There are no deliverables in this exercise. This is a lengthy exercise to put the skills we've learned about together. And you've got access to 2 walkthroughs here. Again, my advice for you is to try to do it on your own as much as possible before trying to look at my solutions. At the end of the course, there is one exit quiz, which is kind of a more involved quiz that you need to take using locked browser. This quiz should take you around 30 minutes. So that's it in terms of topics and logistics. Once again, this course is designed for you to be able to take it on your own pace, on your own. It's designed to provide you a lot of content on all of these topics and many opportunities to exercise and to get feedback to practice all of these skills that we're learning about. We're going to build on these skills in the second part of this 2 series course. So it's really important to kind of to do your best on this first part if you intend to take the second part. Finally, my email is indicated here. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Do not use the email facility in ELC because many often it doesn't route through the email immediately. Just send me an email directly. And I encourage you to read this syllabus in detail because a lot of the details are spelled out here. Make sure you make yourself familiar with the academic honesty policy at the university and also aware of all of the resources that the university and the college have for you should you face any challenge in this semester. That's it. I'm looking forward to having you in this online course this semester, and I wish you good luck.